Hey guys, Idler Tamerlane back with more obscurities and miniatures. Today we've got another Raging Heroes release that I have been eagerly wanting, and I have no idea why, but this model really stuck out to me. This is Sister Esperanza Espinosa, which was part of their Daughters of the Crucible line, specifically the sci-fi, because the Daughters of the Orphanage are the fantasy version, which I've got a couple of, and I think I did a video of her fantasy counterpart. So yeah, I'm looking at this gear on her. I'm thinking, yeah, I built the fantasy one. So, what's in store for us today? Well, obviously we're going to have a resin model in there with a 25mm base. Directions on how to deal with this that don't ever seem to work, but at least Raging Heroes tries. And it's always in English too. I've noticed that. It's never a dual language English-French thing. Whatever, I'm rambling. Let's get to the good stuff, right? So, here is our Sister Esperanza. Let's zoom it on in. So, first thing that's interesting is she already has this hand cast onto the body along with, I don't know if those are ammo belt feeds for her or what. I own the fantasy one, as I've said, and the fantasy version, actually, you have to find some non-existent spot to glue her hand with a blade in there somewhere. And it just didn't really want to cooperate. In fact, you know what? I think I have a work-in-progress version of the fantasy version. You can see they are quite similar. Why does she look taller? Is she? That'd be really weird if she was taller. She actually looks a little bit larger. Weird. So, other than that, actually, some of their embellishments on the armor look a little bit different. And she obviously has an ammo belt around her waist. And then we have, let's stick her to the side there. I really like the gun. And the leg armor is completely different, whereas the fantasy version has kind of leather boots with straps all around it. She's got like actual hardcore armor on here. So it's kind of cool. I thought these would be easy swaps that they would come up with, but no, it's actually, there's quite a bit more to it than just an easy switcheroo with the weapons and calling it a day. So that was a nice little touch there. I'm going to grab some clippers. We're going to wash this resin just to be on the safe side. It doesn't feel as slimy or as textured as the original Kickstarter models were, so that's already a plus. I've built quite a few of their post-Kickstarter models at this point, and I've been pleasantly surprised and pleased with the results. So fingers crossed that since this is probably a later batch of resin, we have decent results as well. So cross your fingers, wish me luck, and we will get her built and back in front of the camera in no time. All right, we got Sister Esperanza sitting here all finished getting built along with her half-finished painted fantasy counterpart, whose name I don't recall, but I just wanted to have them both here to illustrate that what I thought was going to be an easy palette swap, they really are quite a bit different. So obviously they have a lot of similarities. They were both CG, sculpts, so keep that in mind, but the leg armor, as I said earlier, is entirely different. The weapons, obviously. Even the way that their skirts / capes are flowing is quite different. I still need to do a little bit of cleanup. For whatever reason, they tend to have, and they being some of these Sisters All-Stars, I built a couple. There's a couple of videos that I haven't even posted because the figures had some serious issues with their ankles snapping, and a lot of those were early Kickstarter models, and they just did not work well for me, and that's why they're not here. But anyway, that's beside the point. So overall, I'm really happy with her. I like the fact that she wasn't just a very simple, cut and paste job, because there were a couple models that I have my suspicions of. And obviously, she's not really glued down yet. And I figured I'd grab a couple other sister-type models to give you guys a sense of scale. Sadly, I own no GW ones, but I do have a War Games exclusive Emperor Sister here. And let's see, I have one of the Shield Wolf Sisters of Mercy or Sisters of Faith. I'm not sure which, but just to give a sense of scale, I think they probably would fit well together if you wanted to do kind of a cool mixed religious zealot gun fu type sisterhood going on there. I had one suggestion I thought would be interesting, would be using them in post-apocalyptic stuff like Fallout. I think they fit in quite well, or with games like This Is Not a Test, grabbing another sister model here from Raging Heroes. You can see a good sense of scale, obviously, since they're both from the same sculptor. I mean, you could probably even throw them in using magic guns and fantasy or something. Despite not really wanting to stand up, you can see she's going to scale well with the other older GW fantasy figures and even the Age of Sigmar stuff as well. So I think you could get a lot of versatility out of a model like this, and especially since you're not buying into a whole squad. You could buy into a whole squad, and that's one of the nice things that Raging Heroes is really good about, actually, I feel, is they offer a lot of value bundles that include all kinds of related models. So keep an eye on their website if you are interested. I'd say, you could hunt down the individual figures, which is what I finally succumbed to, but there are a lot of bundles and a lot of deals that Raging Heroes runs. So, if you're interested, and especially if you're interested in large amounts, I think going through them directly would be a good idea. And they do offer extra 10% discounts for signing up for their newsletters or on your first purchase and all kinds of other things like that. So seriously, keep an eye on their website if you're really interested. So again, this is Sister Esperanza from the Daughters of the Crucible. This is the fantasy version of the Daughters of the Orphanage. And both overall quite nice figures from Raging Heroes. With that said, this is High Lord Tamberly with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks again for watching. Check out some of our other videos and we'll be back with plenty more. So you might want to hit that subscribe button as well. See you later. Bye-bye.